My name is XUJIALU. I graduated from China Academy of Art, major in fashion design, knitting pathway. My work explores the overlap and the interaction between knitwear and the human body. From a designer's view, my design language has strong Eastern perspective, shaped by the environment I grew up in. I believe my East Asia background provides me with immense inspiration, like my Yaoguai project and Zi project, are examples of how I have discovered interesting cultural key points to explore. For the Yaoguai project, I focus on exploring structures and textures of knitting materials through an East Asia lens. A lot of my inspiration comes from traditional folklore like China's classic of mountains and seas, and Japan's ukiyo art. I take elements from different yokai, such as their unique traits, and transform them into textures or garment structures. This project also dives into stories about humans transforming into spirits, which got me thinking about how the concept of the body has always been present across time. For me, clothing, fabric, and the body are deeply connected, and I often started with the fabric to shape my designs. I think this process really defines my personal design identity. As a fashion designer, I focus on integrating my explosion of sustainability in knitwear, yarns, and fabrics into my projects. Knitwear holds significant potential for sustainability, though it is a complex and ongoing challenge. I have also collaborated with eco-friendly young companies Moro to gain practical insight into the industry's progress in sustainable young development. In this project, From the Rain, I focused on using yarns and materials to convey a sense of dynamism, exploring how water interacts with plants, how fabrics shrink or dissolve, and how light transforms colors on surfaces. I'm fascinated by this kind of dynamic expression. On a more conceptual level, individual awareness is also a major source of inspiration for me. In my project, Disguised the Human Plan, I explored how young people perceive their bodies and self-identity. They observe their own strange behaviors from an outsider's perspective. They come to understand themselves more clearly and approach life with a playful attitude. I deeply resonate with the mindset, and I try to bring the same playful, third-personal perspective into my fashion designs. I see this approach as bridging the gap between the physical and spiritual. With the fashion becoming more and more alike, I aim to use the fun and imaginative designs to ease the fatigue and the stress of everyday life, while helping people feel more connected to themselves. I incorporate my unique perspective into my designs. My creative inspiration often stems from the human body or nature. For example, by deconstructing traditional tailoring and integrating nature elements with modern aesthetics. I create garments that tell compelling stories. During my previous studies and practice, I complete numerous design projects that gradually developed my own design style through continuous experimentation and refinement. This experience had taught me that the design is not only a form of artistic expression, but also a means of conveying culture and emotions. I believe the Glasgow School of Art can provide me a larger platform to further explore these possibilities. I'm applying to fashion and textile program because my undergrad study focused on fashion design and knitwear. I wish to continue exploring the presentation and application of knitwear as a fabric in clothing during my postgraduate studies. The Glasgow School of Art is renowned for its experimental design and creativity, which align closely with my design philosophy. I particularly admire the program's emphasis on developing individual styles, as I have always aspired to express my creativity through a distinctive design language.